not lost one game yet. And Mike, the guy playing Paleo, he is currently 4-0-1 with one tie.
Yeah, so Mike basically got paired up to play against Paulie. Maybe we don't have a lot of draws today. I'm not sure.
No, I haven't heard of many draws. I think this is the first draw that I've heard of myself. It's from like upstairs, so definitely something to. There's not many things have gone in time. I think that's why like most of our first duels really didn't go very far at a time.
Yeah,
so,
no.
I feel like a lot
really
of this
had
has.
many going at a time at all. Other than the only one that went close was the Burning Abyss Danger and the True Draco matchup. But
the Burning Abyss one went into time.
Yeah.
No tie there though, but
it finished really quickly into time.
And then the other one was very near time. I think they had like a minute and a half left or something like that.
Yeah. So, as we know, we are seeing Mike Wisniewski over here on the left-hand side playing Paleo Frogs, as I've stated, and Paulie is on our right playing Goki. Looks like he is playing the
Goki
Sky Striker variant, which you can play more of the Scorpio to tribute your Kagari with, and still make your Isolde, which is pretty useful.
And as you can see, it's a classic Paleo board.
Yes.
5 back row pass.
Yeah, that's all you need in life. Five back row and you're good. Or 3 back row and a Totally Awesome.
Yeah, Totally Awesome also works.
Anything like that is really good.
But when you're playing, I think it's 8 monsters to total.
Yeah, he's not playing. Yeah, he's
8
only
main
playing
deck
8
monsters. Yeah, you're not really looking to pull into those very quickly.
Yeah, and he's actually playing the Demise variant of Paleo, which, if I'm being honest, isn't my personal favorite variation. I like to summon my Totally Awesome turn 1. I don't like to sit there and be stuck. Dealing with the lock of not being able to special summon or hit my opponent for damage for the rest of that turn.
Yep.
Those just seem inherently annoying to me. So seeing something like that is obviously somewhat of a pain. But I'm used to playing the variation where you play like 2 Desires or something like that. I remember I had one of those moments where you kind of like think you have a great idea and then you realize that it's actually the worst idea in the entire world.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah, and I thought to myself when Sekka's Light first came out, I said, wow, why would I play Pot of Desires when I could play Sekka's Light and Paleo? And then I thought about it and I went, wait a second, if I play Sekka's Light and Paleo, I can't activate any other traps in my entire deck. I'm like, that's actually the worst idea that I've ever come up with. And it was like one of those moments where you just kind of look at yourself in the mirror and you question like who you are.
You just be happy you never got to like a tournament with it. You try to do this and you realize you realize through play testing that
that's what happens when you try and think of weird ideas at like 3-4 in the morning for like deck ideas. It just doesn't go well. But yeah, you definitely play Demise over Sekka's Light and Paleo. That's something that you can definitely do. But we're going to go ahead and see how this goes. Looks like we're just getting a couple things in our chat here. Nothing super crazy. Obviously, we'd love to hear more from everyone watching. Let us know what you guys think of the event today. It's going pretty well for us. I know we're really enjoying ourselves, having a blast here.
Hasn't been a match that like wasn't entertaining at all. Everything's been really kind of moving, not slow. Like the worst we've had is during judge calls. That's the slowest it's gotten, just when they're deliberating here but there. But everything's been moving. Those have been nice and smooth. So,
and I think we've had maybe a total of like 3 judge calls on stream all day.
Yep.
And most of them were things that got fixed in under a minute.
Yep.
We only had that one with the Mech Knight issue
that took a little too.
But we are just seeing a whole world of hurt go off here.
The impermanence coming through on the Kagari.
Yeah, that impermanence is pretty strong, and it's going to get the second Paleo monsters on board here.
Now, if I remember correctly, that was activated second from the bottom if you're watching from Mike. So currently the line with the column with Totally Awesome cannot activate its back row.
Looks like he is attacking the set Octastretch. Which is going to get its effect to search. I mean, there's a lot that can be done here, but it looks like these Suprex is going to be the primary target.
Yep. One thing that's always fun to see is how people shuffle their decks too. I love watching these to see the difference. Like I always just do the classic, just take half, put it into the like classic
just
deck
a simple
shuffle.
overhand shuffle, yeah.
But then you see the people who just take like half and kind of shuffle like they do in Yu-Gi-Oh. I never knew how to do that.
Yeah.
And they did it so smooth without even the sleeves. But then again, that is anime.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always like watching the way people shuffle. It's very cool to kind of see sometimes the differences, the hand, how they hold it. It's like twin twisters on those last two.
I've seen more and more people playing the twin twisters. Looks like Paulie's discarding the Monster Reborn. It's targeted to back row.
Depending on, I don't know what else he has in hand, so I can't tell you. But like,
I think it's Engage and Suprex.
Okay, he searched the Suprex, so I guess he needs that somewhere. But I don't know. I feel like I would have tried to have kept. But if it is an Engage, I can see why he'd get rid of that Monster Reborn then.
Yeah, and with the Engage and the Twin Twister eventually going to the graveyard, he can get an extra draw.
Yep.
Off of the Engage, which is good. That'll help him out a bit. I also don't know what Paulie's 2 set cards are.
No, I haven't. I didn't spot that at all either. So,
and I know the card in Mike's graveyard is one of the like revealing light cards or whatever it is. But it's the trap version because I remember Billy Drake played that in 60 card Infernoids a while back when obviously Grass was our Lord and Savior. But you know we don't have that privilege anymore having Grass. Even at 1, whereas the OCG has it at 3.
Yeah, that's a card I missed and I want to come back. And it just, I don't know, it didn't break. I mean, it broke a deck.
Yeah, it really did.
But at the same time, I feel like
it just had such a disgustingly large playability.
Yep.
That it made things way too strong.
Yep.
Right now we're seeing Paulie go ahead and play down the Engage. And I think Mike is debating on whether or not he wants to use Totally Awesome to negate it.
Yeah, that is something that gets very important.
Yeah, it looks like he's opting to. Oh, and he is using the Called by the Grave to banish the Toad, which is such a strong play. That's actually like the biggest out to Paleo is having Called by the Grave for their Toad. The level of havoc that you can wreak off of that is absolutely disgusting.
And that explains so much as to why Paul is so where he is today.
Yeah, absolutely.
He knows what to play, when to play, how to play. Like,
and you even saw him grab the Toad from Grave and just double check that it tributes for costs and everything.
Yeah, he wanted to really double check, make sure, because if it doesn't, why bother? Like, you know, it's one of those things that like you want to make sure you know this play is the play I want to make, and if I don't want to show my hand if I can't make that play actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's definitely one of those.
I know me and Paulie personally, we play at the same card shop. So oftentimes I don't get to go up there as frequently as I would like to, but I always go up there for their special events when they do big tournaments, such as like Nintendo Switch tournaments. They did a prize card tournament for an Ascension Sky Dragon.
Okay.
They do like the UDSs and everything. So like I'll go up there for those, and every time me and Paulie end up playing against each other, and every single time that we play, it's the other person who wins. So I'll go up and I'll win one time, then the next time he wins. It's just literally a back and forth cycle. So playing against him, it's kind of nice because you never know who's going to win at that point. It's kind of nice to have that refreshing, let's see who can outskill each other kind of thing.
Yeah, it was I know what you mean. Like my brother, who pretty much helps me build most of my decks.
Yeah.
For a while, it always, no matter what deck he had and what deck I had, he usually had the over. But the second I started building dinos and started working with dinos, he couldn't beat me anymore. I was like, I feel maybe I went like 7-0 against him. Which was great. So it used to, went from him like, I gotta play him, like play test against him all the time. I know what he plays. So I did. Locals here, I feel like, oh joy, I got my brother again. Like woo. Now it's like, I got him. I keep play test. I keep winning. Like in play test, he beat me. But like when the actual tournaments came, I just had everything against him.
Absolutely.
But it was definitely one of those things that it's one of those things where you can figure out what people play and how to play them. Great way to learn.
We're seeing a Summon Sorceress come out that's going to target the token, which is a warrior, because it is the Sky Striker token. And the Summon Sorceress was made with a Link Crevo, and I believe that was the Underclock Taker, if I remember correctly. And I think both of those are Cyberse monsters. And now here comes the Isolde. This is just looking like a crazy board.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this ends.
Once that Toad got banished off of the Called by the Grave, it was crazy.
Paulie has a lot of leeway here now.
Yeah.
Especially seeing that Mike has no hand and I believe that's a Dupe Frog on board.
Yes, he has the Dupe Frog on board, which I kind of figure Paulie is going to end up trying to shuffle it off of a unicorn or something. That way he doesn't have to worry too much about it being on the field.
Yeah. Really leaving only Mike with one card in hand to make plays with.
Yeah.
Great way to keep him at a disadvantage while you set your plays up.
Absolutely, because Mike actually has nothing. I don't think he has a hand. He has nothing in his back row.
No back row. I feel like that's sometimes a problem with Paleo is that you overextend on those set 5 pass type situations, and if you can't recover,
you just struggle.
It's a struggle. But
and I know for me personally, I not too long ago actually had started doing. Oh, it looks like Mike is actually going to scoop here. But I had started doing a.
I feel like that's the smart thing to do here, only because at this point he's got nothing. And, saves time for him to kind of get his plays going again.
Absolutely. But with like something like Paleo, it's one of the best budget options of the current, and I would probably say future formats.
Yep.
I think that just looking at the way Paleo works, it's cheap. You don't have to get the ultis of Swap Frog, even though at one point I did
it looks
them.
pretty.
It looks gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. But what's more important is knowing what the cards do.
Yep.
I've seen so many, I've played in so many tournaments where people will be like, oh, well, I have max rarity this, I have max rarity that. It's like, okay, but you're still misplaying. If you have the misplays, it doesn't matter what you have because you're still losing your games.
Yeah.
And there are people who I've played a lot of games against, and I've kind of learned very, close kind of cool tips and tricks as far as how to advance yourself in playing. And one of them...
only playing commons.
Yeah, and one of them, and I always give him credit, is Joe Bogley. And if no one knows who Joe Bogley is, I'll kind of give you a refresher. He, in 2011, got 6th place at Nationals. He helped innovate Plant Synchro, and he also was one of the, I believe he was one of the co-creators of +1 Fire Fist.
Okay.
Very, very brilliant mind in the game. He's always, and like I said, him and Jesse Cotton also popularized the Goki Nightmare deck back when it first came out.
Yeah.
And he is very, very smart, and I played against him a lot over the last several years.
Okay.
And one of the things that he always said to me after a while, there would be times where he'd have max rarity decks, and then there were other times where he'd come and he'd say, you know what? He'd say, I'm just playing the deck. He's like, I know exactly what it does. He's like, it doesn't matter if it's a common, if it's
no, I totally agree.
An ultimate. He's like, listen, he goes, if you can't play your cards right, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, just quick, they took care of it in the chat, but just a quick heads up, if anyone's just joining back in the chat, here watching the live streams, we got Paulie on the right. He's playing Goki Sky Striker variant with against Mike, who's playing a Demise Paleo build.
Yes.
Just a heads up in case anyone's coming back into this. We're going into game 2 here. Paulie took game 1. And I'll take it that Mike's probably going to start here going first in typical Paleo fashion.
I see an Ash in Paulie's hand.
Yeah.
There's the Swap Frog. He's going to attempt to utilize the effect. So there's a question in the chat about if there's any Trickstar Sky Strikers that still have a chance to top. I honestly don't know. That is one of the decks that we actually haven't seen.
I mean, we've seen a pure Sky Striker, and I know someone playing a pure Trickstar.
Mech Knight Trickstar.
There was a Mech Knight Trickstar, but I do know someone playing pure Trickstar.
Oh, that's still playing in the event?
I believe they're still in the event. I don't know if they dropped.
Okay.
Yeah, to my knowledge, he's still in. But I don't think we've seen any or heard anything about Mech Knight. Sky Striker Trickstar.
Yeah,
which has been up there within the meta for a while. So I'm really surprised I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. My thing is, I had gone upstairs and I had talked to some people to kind of see what decks were floating around the top tables, because we're obviously where no one can hear us commentating, especially considering how loud we like to start talking. You know, people would definitely hear us if we're upstairs.
Especially up there too, it gets loud. People walking around, everyone talking,
absolutely.
trying to hear their own comments about game states and all that stuff affects.
So from what I've heard, one of the most represented decks today is actually Altergeist. Thank you. We're trying to do some great commentary. We appreciate the emojis. They're always appreciated.
Emoticons, always welcome.
Yeah, we love the thumbs up and the happy smiley faces. Any Mech Knight Invoked going to be in Top Cut? So we saw one Mech Knight Invoked earlier that ended up losing. So game 1, he had a game loss due to an irreparable game state. Game 2 he won, but then game 3 he just got overwhelmed by Altergeist. Unfortunately, Invoked struggles when they can't activate Invocation.
I think that was round 4. Or was that round?
That might have been the last round.
Okay.
It was the last round of the round before.
So he might have a chance to top still if he can keep on top of things. I mean, I think that only put him at X2 at the time, so that was last round 3-2.
Yeah, so
there's still, if he wins out, has a big chance to top here.
Yeah, if he wins the rest, or if he wins all of them and gets one draw amongst that, then he can definitely top for sure. Which deck has the highest play rate? I don't know.
I mean, this is the second Goki build we've seen.
Yeah.
I feel like Goki's a big budget build right now to play.
For
the main deck, it's a good budget build, but not the extra deck right now.
If you don't play Sky Strikers, the main deck is usually cheaper.
I've heard a lot of Altergeist there in here today.
Yeah.
That might be one of the higher played decks today here.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure of the percentages of decks. I don't even know if we have that statistic. I can certainly check and see if we have that statistic. Like we said, budget if we don't play with extra. That's what we said, because with the extra, it is nowhere near budget.
You got the Nightmares. If you're playing with Sky Striker, you got the Sky Striker build. That's just main deck anyways. But you got Nightmares, Isolde,
Summon Sorceress,
Firewall. You got
Firewall. You can get the Megaton one for $10 now.
Yeah, that's real cool. I think it's 210 was the official count.
Yeah, 210 is the official original count. It's 8 rounds, which will most likely, actually, should definitely be top 32. I think we're gonna do an interview with the winner of the regional. We'll probably bring them down here and do a little sit down and chat to kind of talk about their games build, today,
what they thought, how they planned ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm curious to see what exactly their thought process was going into this. I don't know if there's any way that we can kind of showcase their deck on the stream, but maybe we can. I don't know. Maybe we can kind of show it off. I don't know if that's a possibility, but we'll look into it. But we'll definitely have an interview with the winner of the event, which will be nice. So it looks like the speculation is that Gokis are doing better with Summon Sorceress available in America, with Europe not having it there. It's I'll tell you what, I've been talking all day for the most part about Goki, because that's the deck that I've been playing most recently. And Summon Sorceress gives you the ability to avoid Firewall getting Ghost Ogre for a while, which is really important. Of course, things like Magical Midbreaker Field also give you the ability to avoid it. So is Summon Sorceress helping with Gokis? I would say yes, it is. But I also think Summon Sorceress is helping with every deck.
It definitely helps everywhere.
Yeah, because I know I was playing Summon Sorceress in ABC. I just started playing it in Dark World Dangers. You can play it in everything.
Mostly everything.
Everything.
If you can make it, I'd recommend playing it if you can get a hold of it.
It's obviously in Europe you can't play it because it's not legal there, which is unfortunate. But when it does become legal, definitely worth it. Someone scooped from the looks of it. I don't know if it was Paulie or not. Michael takes game 2. Okay, so Paulie did end up scooping, so this will go to game 3, which I can guarantee Paulie is going to go first. Looks like Paulie is throwing the full 15-card side deck right in his main deck, and he's just going to pull out 15 cards that he doesn't think are useful in this matchup, which is his absolute best bet.
I honestly don't blame him that way. Sometimes I go through my extra deck, and I'm like, all right, I want to add these, and then I start going through my main deck, and I'm just like, I don't know what to take out.
That's
so I feel like it's a smart way. You just go through and just be like, this seems best. You might end up taking out your entire extra deck without even realizing it, but you're just taking out what you don't want to see right now with what you're going through.
And looking at Mike's list, I really like his side deck.
Yeah.
He's playing 3 Mistake, 3 Heavy Storm Duster, 3 Barrier Statue, the water one, Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, and Drone Lockbird. So he's playing 5 3-ofs in his side deck. I can almost guarantee you're going to see him side in the Ghost Ogres and the Drolls here.
Yeah.
That's almost a guarantee. As far as Paulie's goes, I'm curious to see what he has. So he sides the 3 Magical Midbreaker Shield, which I'm sure we will most likely see. He also sides 2 Red Reboot, and he main decks 3 Twin Twister. So I'm always interested to see everything. That Paulie does personally. I usually like to look at his deck lists and kind of base mine around those, and then kind of just edit what needs to be edited.
That's always a great way to learn how to play a deck too. Is if you really want to play it, look up some big topping ones. Look at ones that top to ARGs, YCSs, regionals. Try to build off of what you have. You don't have to go out and build exactly what they like. So they say 3 Ash, but you don't have 3 Ash. Throw in 3 Valor then. See how it works. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they run the Gammas and the Driver. Try instead Call by the Grave.
Yeah,
that might work. You know, you just try to see what you have and work with it.
Absolutely, and
it's always a great way.
Looking at it now too, Gamma was such an expensive card for a long time. It was like $25-$30.
Yeah,
and now you can get Gammas, the super rare reprints, for like $3.
Yep.
That's a really good budget choice for a hand trap. If you don't want to pay $60 for a set of Ashes.
Yeah, I think the cheapest right now is about 20 to 28.
Yeah, 20 to for the new reprints from Shadows of Valhalla. That's really what you're going to see is still a decent price tag on those. If you don't want to spend that, then a good alternative is that Gamma with the Driver. Effect Veiler 2 and Ghost Ogre. Granted, Ghost Ogre you can get, I think the supers from the tins are like $8.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap right now.
So if you want to save your money,
those are the ogres I picked up.
Yeah, you can save your money.
I do believe that is a Snorlax Field Center for whoever's asking.
Yes, it is. That was definitely...
I mentioned earlier in the one of the duels how I love how you have to specify field centers now. So it's really cool to see who uses what and how Pokemon gets involved in this now.
I know my personal favorites are the old Naruto cards.
Yep.
There used to be a Naruto card game years ago, and some people don't even
know about it.
And that's just really good. So it looks like we're talking about some reprints in the chat, which I love to talk about. So reprints are cool, but it's sad that you lose the value of the cards quickly when you buy them early. Yes, you're going to lose the value, but at the same time, looks like we're zooming in on the Snorlax Field Center there. I'm liking that. Duel Masters. I used to play Duel Masters when I was younger too. That was a really good game. I tried to play Kaitrudo when it came out, and that was just a disaster. That game was I didn't enjoy that, but I usually use other card games for field centers, like the Naruto one. I never learned how to play Naruto as a card game, but I love the field centers. Using them as field centers, that is.
There's I was always big into history, so some of my field centers I was this old baseball card style setup, which was about Operation Desert Storm back in the '90s. So it was cool. You'd have a picture of a F Raptor fighter jet, and it'd have the information on its specs and all that stuff. So I used to just use those because I thought those were really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just something that specifies that this isn't a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and sometimes you add a little flavor as to what you yourself.
Yeah, and someone else said Force of Will full arts. Caterpie cards, I mean, everyone uses some really. I see some really cool field centers wherever I go. One of my favorite ones is I don't see it very often. It's the gold and purple. I think it might just be pure gold. The pure gold Mew.
Yeah.
You know the one I'm talking about. Yep. I know you know Pokemon cards better than I do. But the pure like gold Mew is one of my favorites that I see, and I see it very rarely.
Yeah.
They're not super expensive to buy online. You can get it for like $20 or less.
Something like that.
But they just look so cool. Yeah. You know.
I love the full art Pokemon cards. They always look so pretty. It's always something that I really liked. And
absolutely.
It's one of my favorite parts. What was I? Yeah, one of my when I started playing the Dino deck, I love hinting at things. So when I first I have a Star Wars tattoo on my arm. So when I first got that, I immediately went and built Cosmo.
Yeah.
So like the day of, I show up wearing my like Star Wars shirt. With the tattoo, and they're like, "Oh, what are you playing?" And I'm like, wait and find out. Like Cosmo is based on Star Wars. So like I did that. So like when I started playing Dinos, I went and got. I had a friend for my birthday one year paint me like a 2-inch by 2-inch little portrait of a T-Rex.
Yeah.
And I used it as a bookmark because it's perfect size. And I just used that as my field center when I was playing Dinos. I always love to hint when I play what I'm playing because it's just people are going to ask and they're going to find out eventually. And it's going to spread.
Yeah. So well, I know. Last week in Springfield, I was using the Linkribo field center. And I have it in a Eclipse sleeve. Yeah. And the Eclipse sleeves have like the black backdrop.
Yep.
So when you put the field center in, the Linkribo field center is clear. You can see through it if you just hold it up. So when you put it in the black sleeve, it gives it a very dark tint to the background. And it looks really, really nice. And I actually had a lot of people looking at it going, whoa, how'd you like get the background to be that dark? And I'm like, oh, it's just the sleeve. And I actually had multiple people who went and said they were going to go on like Amazon and buy Eclipse sleeves just for that.
Yeah, I used some of my old Pokemon sleeves, and they used to have like the big I don't remember, I think they were $60 to $80 box sets where you get the sleeves, dice, packs, like a little deck box with
like the Elite Trainer box.
Yeah, the Elite Trainer box. So I remember getting one for Xerneas, and I remember getting one for Mega Evolution of Lucario. And the Mega Evolution ones for Lucario have a silver background. Yeah. And I love how it looks with my Linkribo Field Center. That's what I use currently right now. I just like it pops a little bit more, a little clearer.
Absolutely. So it looks like there is a Gozen match on the field, 2 back row, or Gozen match in graveyard, I should say. It looks like there's a mistake being flipped. Red Reboot. That is quite the card. With that being that counter trap 2, that could be dire for Mike here. And I don't think Paulie has done anything with a battle phase yet.
I do not think so.
So he will get the search. Oh, looks like he's getting... Yeah, he's going to go off here. And so the Morella is being set by Mike. But looking at it, Paulie dropping that Red Reboot was probably what's going to give him the game.
Yep. It was a smart move. It keeps that field empty still.
And at this point, he doesn't even have to worry about the mistake. He can start going for the other back row. Yeah. And taking it out because once he U-boards him, he almost wins the game. And he can't activate traps for the rest of the turn. He knows one of them's a Morella, which doesn't really do much against Goats right now. So really the only one to target is that middle one.
Because you know exactly what the outer 2 are. One can't even be activated. Yeah. The other one was just set to...
He can't activate anything this turn.
If it's a trap.
Yeah, if it's a trap, he can't this turn. But that's... like I said, that may be like the beginning of the end for this match, just going off of how it looks. And there's the Phoenix.
Like Paulie might be going to hit that
center back row.
Yep,
there's
just
the
like that.
And it's the rivalry. It was the rivalry too. That is a really good hit. That by itself
smart,
lucky, could be the game.
Yep,
that's absolutely insane.
It's always fun when you go blind hitting something. Yeah. That you hit the right cards.
Yeah, that was quite impressive, to say the least. Yeah. You kind of look at that and you go, wow, that's just...
Yeah, I remember trying to blind hit cards against my brother one day, just playing for fun.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, which one do you want to hit? There's 2 cards, and I'm like, it's only an MST. Yeah. And he's like, you want to get screwed over now or later?
Yeah, exactly.
Now or later. So I was like... I panicked and just went with, I don't remember which one. Turned out to be the same card, so it didn't matter which one I hit. But it was one of those things that, like, sometimes you have two of the same cards.
Even if you don't want them. So it looks like the Headbat and the Scorpio are going to be going off here. We are seeing a Goki Suprex. Oh, 2 Goki Suprex. All right. I can get behind that. And there's the ad. You're gonna see you can see Paulie speeding up play because he knows that he can do some nutty stuff right now.
Yep. And he's under 10 minutes, which can not necessarily do not.
And considering they're in game 3, it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes to complete the full combo, regardless. I'm sure you're probably
you don't want to rush too fast, but you also don't want to move too slow and think this through, because if you can put over 4,000 damage right here, that's really important.
He can OTK him looking at it.
All right.
Going off of what I know of Goki and the amount of playtime I've put into it, Paulie can definitely OTK with this current board. So it looks like it's going to be Goblin, Chainlink 1, Firewall, Chainlink 2. The Suprex will be special, then the draw will occur. Looks like he has at least 2 magical mid-breaker fields in hand, which at this point aren't going to do much for him. There is the Underclock Taker. Firewall will trigger, I believe.
Put it to Italy also.
So it looks like Scorpio, Italy, and Octo. Oh, Firewall is chaining. So it looks like he's going to get the additional normal.
It's always fun to see someone who knows how to play the deck, too.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you get the people who are just picking it up for the first time, or people who, know how to play the deck, but like someone like Paulie who really knows what he's doing in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Absolutely.
And knows how to play a deck really well. It's always fun to watch.
Yeah. Someone just said Wabaku would be Troll. It would be, except for the fact that he can't activate it because Paulie Red rebooted this turn. So the Wabaku actually wouldn't even be able to be activated if he had it. And on top of that, he has a Tri-Gate, so he could negate the Wabaku on top of it.
Ignoring those 2 conditions, yes, that would be obnoxious.
Ignoring the current state of the game, yes, Wabaku would be an absolute troll card. But considering what Paulie's field is, I believe this is just slightly over 8,000.
Yep.
Obviously, the Scorpio is at 1,300 because of the Nightmare Mermaid, but regardless
I don't think anything else loses its damage. And that looks like it's game for Paul.
That is definitely game. Paulie scooping it up there. Well, not him scooping, but he
pulling out the win.
Pulling out the win for sure in that matchup. Very, very nice match to see there.